همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة. First we go through the whole surah and then we got the whole surah together. Because from now these surahs they are not divided by different groups. They have got, for example, 2 paragraphs. For example, Surah Humaza, ayat number 1, 2, 3 is just 1 paragraph, and the rest of the ayats are the continuation, but in our book. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ حُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Woe to every sinner. Humaza and Lumaza both means backbiting, but according to the research about the Arabic words, it is said that Humaza is when we talk about, or when we explain something. In fact, it's all both backbiting, but not backbiting in the way that we say as qaybat. Is in fact, Lumaza is like backbiting, and Humaza is like slanderer, like when in front of somebody is rude and say his faults, like that. So Humaza and Lumaza are both talking about people, talking bad about people, but Humaza is when in front of a person we tell his faults in a way that's not in a way that's, for example, friendly. No, we want to destroy his personality that way. And Lumaza is backbiting, talking behind somebody when he is not present himself, he or she is not present himself or herself. Okay, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ حُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Allah is threatening the person who does Humaza and Lumaza, talk this way about people. But which kind of Humaza and Lumaza, which kind of person? الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. This ayat number 2 shows that it's not about everybody who does that. For example, when we say backbiting, yes, backbiting is haram in Islam, and whatever it is, whatever reason there is for it, and they have got different ayats, for example, in Surah Hujurat and this about that. But the subject, especially Surah Humaza, is involved with is about that person who does talk that way, who does Humaza and Lumaza, backbiting, or saying, for example, somebody his faults in front of his face just to destroy his personality. But which kind of person? Who الذي جمع المال وعدده. The person who collects wealth and continuously counts it. جمع المال. And mal means wealth, money. The Surah Humaza, it's especially about that kind of person, the person who does backbiting and his personality. Why does he do that? Because his personality, because of collecting money, and he is so dependent on collecting money and counting them. So he is proud of himself. That he is proud of his wealth. That he thinks that because he has got lots of money or wealth and property, so the others they should bend for him. They should obey him. That kind of person. So jama'an malan wa addada. Addada means counting. He counts them. He puts money on money. He collects wealth on wealth, and he is proud of that. He thinks that wealth brings him respect, and everybody should respect him because of that money. Especially that kind of person. Okay, why is he like that? Why that person thinks that way, has got this thought that, because I've got money and I'm collecting money and my money and wealth is increasing, everybody should respect me, and she does backbiting to everybody, or in front of their face he tries to destroy people. Why? Because ayat number 3, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Because thinking that his property will make him live forever. يَحْسَبُ means he's thinking. It's not that he says. It doesn't say يَقُولُ. It says يَحْسَبُ. It's his inside himself that he has got that feeling that مَالَهُ means his property أَخْلَدَهُ will save him forever, will make him live forever. He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. He will never die. And then with this property, he has made a position for himself in his thoughts. So that makes him to see others very lower than himself. He doesn't respect them, and he just brings up their faults and tries to destroy them. Kalla la yunbazanna fil hutama. Allah is saying kalla. We have had kalla before. Wherever Allah is using kalla, means that never. Never what? What came in previous ayats? This person thought that يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. This person thought that his property will make him live forever. Allah is saying kalla, never, nay. لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. Never, they will be thrown into that which breaks to pieces. Hutama in Arabic means something which breaks, which crushes, which is it means that crushing fire. So he thinks that, and la yunbazanna, it comes from nabaza. Okay, the root of the verb is nabaza, and yunbazo is the normal shape of the verb. And then when it comes with la at the start and nun with shadda at the end, it means that Allah has brought three things to emphasize. La means definitely. La yumbazanna, definitely he will be thrown. La yumbazanna. So it means definitely, verily, surely, 3 times. Allah has emphasized that he will be thrown into the crushing fire, hotama, in a fire that not normal fire, which the bones, everything breaks him. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. Ayat number 5. And what will make you realize what the crushing fire is? Before, in previous surahs we studied, we had وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. Wherever in the literature of Quran, Allah says, "Vama adraka." He wants to show it's very huge, for it's very important in the positive way or negative way. Here is in negative way. For example, "Vama adraka mal hutama." It means what will make you realize that what is that crushing fire? What is that hutama? It means that it's that awful, that's terrible, that you can't even imagine it. Nothing can make you there is no example for it here that we can tell you that, oh, this fire is, for example, with the fire which turned on by gas, for example. No, it's not like that. We can't say how breakable it is, how hotama it is, because ayat number 6, Narullah al-Muqadah, because this this fire, it is the fire created and kindled by Allah. You know, when we turn on fire, sometimes we turn on fire with alcohol, sometimes we turn on fire with gas, with wood burning, but so the amount of burning, the power of the burning is different. That what this fire is been fired with what this fire has been fired with. But here Allah is saying Narullah al-Muqadah. Who created this fire is Allah, Narullah. And Muqadah means who created it, who turned it on. Muqadah is it comes from Iqad. So when Allah, which is Allah, how great He is, how powerful He is. Now we can imagine the fire He has created, how powerful it can be. التي تطلع الأفئدة, which rises above the hearts. تطلع, you know, when we say in Farsi we have tulu, maybe in Urdu you have as well. It rises above, or we can say it penetrates into. التي means the one which is above الأفئدة, above the heart. Why Allah is saying this fire will be rise above the heart? Because it says that because in this world, this person, according to ayat number 1, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ حُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. He did lots of humaza and lumaza. He did lots of slandering and backbiting. Okay, what does it make? It breaks hearts. Yeah, when somebody backbites about somebody else, or in front of his face tries to bring his faults on to destroy his personality, he breaks his heart. Allah is saying, because you broke hearts in the world, now this fire, this breakable fire, this crushing fire will break your heart. It will take over your heart. It will burn your heart. إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُؤْصَدَةٌ. Verily, inna is for emphasizing. Verily, it shall be closed on them. Muqtada means closed. Closed means, what does it mean? When fire is closed on them, they cannot rescue themselves. They cannot escape from it. It means that it has taken over. It takes over. Fuel for them. في عمد ممددة. It means in pillars outstretched, in long columns of flames. That means, and mumaddada means stretched, very long columns. So we can see that this fire has got two specifications, two attributes or specifications. One is hotama, one is تطلع على الأفئدة. حطمة, because this person broke lots of hearts, but doing lots of humaza and lumaza in the world, and broke their hearts. So there, in the crushing fire, this fire will break his body and his heart, his soul. So this is the answer to the question of some people who they say that, oh, the fire of the hell, Jahannam, is just a feeling. It's not real fire. Now, according again to another ayats of Quran, and these ayats, we can see that the fire is real fire. So it will hurt. It will hurt their hearts, their feelings, and their bodies, their bones. So it's not just a feeling, it's real fire. And another point for fi amad mumaddada, it's like pillars, stretched pillars. It is said that like when in this world, he used to put money over money or wealth over wealth. You know, it's if you compare this ayat number 9, fi amad mumaddada, with allazi jama'a malan wa addada. In the world, he used to gather lots of money, mal, properties, وعدده, and count them, so put more and more on top of each other, like a pillar, make a pillar of his wealth. And now in this fire, it's like that. The fire is like the way he collected wealth and money. This is again like that. So ayat number 1 to ayat number 3. Allah is threatening the person who is slandering and backbiting. But as we said, that which kind of person? Special person. Not all of the people who they do backbiting. Although I explained that backbiting is bad, it has got its own punishment anyhow, in any way it happens. But in Surah Humaza, Allah especially means those persons, wailul likulli humazatin lumaza, which kind of person? Allazi. Allazi means who. Okay? The person who does bow to every slanderer and backbiter, who? Allazi. So Allazi joins these two ayahs together. Allazi, who jama'a mala wa addada, who collects wealth and money and continuously count it. And collecting money and counting it and put money on top of money has become an aim, has become his main goal of life. Why we are saying this? Why we are saying this person collecting money has become his aim? Because Allah is saying, "Allazi jama'a mala wa addada." Otherwise, he would say it was said that "Allazi jama'a mala wa anfaqahu." For example, he would gather money, collect money, and he would give it away in the cause of Allah. But it hasn't said that. Addada. So it's not that this person collects money to, for example, create job for poor people. Collects money to, for example, prepare accommodation for poor people, or to spend his money in the way of Allah. No, he is collecting money, jam'a mala wa addada, put one top of each other, gathers money more and more. So gathering money is not a tool for him, and he's not using his money as a tool to help others. He is just, that's an aim for him. Oh, for example, this year I've gathered this much money, or I've bought these many houses. Now for next year, my plan is to add, for example, a house to my houses, or save, for example, another that much money. So he thinks as collecting money as just his aim of his life. That kind of person. And this way, he thinks himself as a higher person than others. Why? Because he does why in humazatin lumaza. So according to Tadabbur, if we go one ayat, another after another ayat, what does it mean? He does humaza and lumaza. Um, he slants or backbites about people. Why? Because he thinks of himself as a well-off people. He thinks because he has got lots of money, wealth, properties, so he in position, in respect, he is higher than others. So Surah Humaza is talking about these kind of people, that he looks at others, oh, they're nobody, I've got money, I can do whatever I want to. So he does backbiting about people, talks about people, and tries to destroy them just with the confidence of his properties. We have experienced these kind of people in our life, that they do wrong to their family, to their relatives, to society, and they don't care because they think that, oh, their money will save them. Their money brings respect for them. So whatever they do, no problem. Okay. And again, according to Tadabbur, we are going one by one. Why he is like this? Why? Because of his money, he thinks he is higher than others, so he does lots of humaza and lumaza about people. Ayat 3. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Because he thinks that this property will make him live forever, will save him forever, and he will never experience death. That's what. So it's not that something that he says, as I said, is ayat number 3. It doesn't say yaqulu. So you can't hear it from them that they say, oh, because I've got money, it will save me. No, what? Because the way they have collected money, they have put it on top of each other, counted it, and their aim is collecting money. It has become a feeling inside themselves. So they can sense it inside themselves that they never think about that. Otherwise, they would not spend all their life just with the aim of collecting money. They would think about going from this world as well. Yeah? Because they put all their efforts, all their energy on just collecting money and nothing else. So it shows that it seems that they inside feeling is that they never die. And in Surah Kahf, we have an example that there were two garden people. There were two friends. One of them had a very big garden and lots of income from it. And he was saying, when he was talking to his friend, he was saying that, oh, I don't think resurrection day it will happen. I don't think. And even if it happens in other life, hereafter life, my position will be better than you because I've got lots of wealth here, lots of properties here. So his thought was that it's exactly like that. They get this feeling inside themselves. That's the result of collecting money, and they just want to collect more and more. Yes, if they collect money and they spend in the way of Allah, that's good. But the way they addadahu, they just put some on top of another, these feelings comes to them and they want more and more. Okay, now if Allah wants to rescue this kind of person, what should he do? He should destroy his thoughts. Yeah, he should tell him, Allah tells him that no, what you are thinking is not right. No, wake up. Don't think that way. Don't think that and the money you are collecting more and more, and you are just counting it, and this gives you the feeling that you are higher than others. So you just talk bad behind people, or in front of them you destroy their respect, because you think that this money will save you forever in this life. No, like Allah, it's never, it's not like that. La ينبذن في الحطمة. You will be thrown into hotama, a fire which is crushing fire, which breaks every part of you. You know, sometimes in the literature of Quran, in some surahs, for example, in Surah Tariq, and this, we have seen that Allah brings reasons, for example, logic reasons. Okay, sometimes some people, they have got logic, they bring logic reasons for their sins, which they think is logic. So Allah wants, when Allah wants to face them, he brings logic as well. He tries to bring logic for them, to explain things logically and with reasons. But in this surah, Surah Humaza is saying yahsabu. When it comes to yahsabu, means that there is no logic behind what he thinks. It's just his thoughts. So in this way, what Allah does, he tries to destroy his wrong thoughts. How? By reminding him that Kalla la yumbazanna fil hutama. That okay? With which reason you are thinking this way? Definitely, you will be thrown into a crushing fire. And then Allah talks about the fire to wake him up more. That be careful. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. This, what can make you understand what is this hutama? It means that it's that powerful that you cannot even imagine it. Narullah al-muqadah. And this fire has been turned on by Allah, has been created by Allah. Allati tattali'u ala al-afida. Allati goes back to nar. This, sorry, it goes back to Allah. It means that the fire Allah has created, it will take over the hearts. It will burn the hearts. This fire will rise. Why? Because at the same way you collected money, and because of the money you had collected day by day, you were proud of yourself, and you broke lots of hearts, and like a pillar, you made a pillar of your wealth. The same way, this fire is amadin mumaddada. Innahu alayhim muqsada amadin mumaddada. It will rises over al-afida, hearts, and it's like pillars, and it will alayh muqsada. It will take over you in a way that you cannot escape from it. So if you are supposed to destroy people's heart and their personality, and you break people just with the confidence of your wealth, this fire which has been created by Allah will do that the same to you. So generally, in this surah is in an environment which people are proud of themselves because of their wealth, and they think that this wealth will make them live forever. And as we said, that the Surah Humaza is just talking about one group of people who they do and backbiting behind people or destroying people's personality. It doesn't mean that, again, I repeat it, it doesn't mean that other people who they talk behind people or they destroy people's respect in front of them, it's the reason of doing this is not because of collecting money is their aim, so that is no problem. No, that is problem. But Surah Humasa is especially about these people. And in other surahs, like we said, that's in Surah Hujurat and other ayats, we have ayats about those people who, for example, talks about people or make fun of people or they bring their faults up and all this, which that is not good as well, and they will be punished as well. And maybe by Allah gives us hope by reciting these surahs. One, our aim will not be just this world. The aim of life will not be for us as this world. And then as well, we have got power anyhow. We don't think that this doesn't provide us. It is people, inshallah, and it just happens by reciting Quran, by understanding it, and by tadabburing Quran, which makes Quran part of our life. That in every second of our life, we can see, we can understand that which ayats of Quran is related to us at that moment. That is important. What's the main of tadabbur is that by learning surahs, by doing tadabbur in surahs, by understanding the whole guidance of surah, so we can adopt it with our life. For example, we can say clearly that, okay, now we are in this situation in life, which surah is according to our life, which is related to our current life, current day, current second. So we can decide accordingly. So according to Surah Fajr, when we say every second is examination, if we come to the stage that we can say, okay, now which surah and which ayat is related to us, clearly we can come out of the exam as a winner with a very good, very high score. So we will not fail our exam, which has been planned by Allah in life. And inshallah, we make dua for each other that Allah gives us tawfiq to understand Quran more and more, and inshallah live a life exactly according to the way Allah says. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Okay, if there's any questions, Sister, you can switch it off the recording. Thank you. Okay, any questions?
You want me to stop recording?
Yes, please. Thank you.